Have you ever thought about what exactly determines the quality of our relationship? What is the most important thing? Trust, respect, emotional stability, or the ability to notice alarm signals that require decisive action? In this video, we will not only look at the main components of a healthy relationship, but also analyze the key signs that will tell you when to think about preserving your own well-being. These markers will help you understand when a relationship ceases to be a support and begins to harm your mental and emotional state. Stay with us until the end to learn how to protect your dignity and build relationships that contribute to your well-being for many years to come. Negative impact on mental health. If a relationship causes a constant feeling of anxiety, sadness, or stress, it can seriously affect the inner peace that we all strive for. Moreover, such connections can make it difficult to think sensibly and lead a virtuous life. Stoicism reminds us of the importance of protecting inner peace as the most valuable resource. He teaches that failures, disasters, and even resentments are inevitable parts of life. But it is through overcoming them that our true mission is revealed. Stoicism does not promise an easy path, but offers practices to maintain balance even in difficult moments. Relationship problems can manifest themselves not only at the emotional level, but also through physical symptoms such as exhaustion, insomnia, or digestive disorders. These signals indicate that the dynamics of your relationship negatively affects your well-being, and this requires analysis. The first step towards change is to protect mental health, which can include difficult decisions such as limiting communication or severing ties with people who cause pain. This is an important act of self-care and affirmation of the right to a healthy environment that supports personal development. By getting rid of negative influences, we not only preserve our mental health, but also develop the ability to live more consciously and virtuously. Seeking help from friends, family, or mental health professionals can be an important step to restore inner balance. By maintaining relationships that inspire and strengthen us, we reaffirm our commitment to inner peace and virtue, the foundations of a truly fulfilling life. A constant lack of respect. Respect is not just a courtesy, but the foundation of any healthy and productive relationship. If you regularly encounter a lack of respect that manifests itself through humiliation or disregard for your dignity, this signal should not be ignored. Such behavior can manifest itself in various forms, from constant interruptions in conversation to harsh criticism or ignoring the emotional needs of a partner. Each of these actions undermines the fundamentals of a healthy relationship, such as trust and a sense of security. A constant lack of respect is a clear signal that relationships can be so disrupted that they endanger mental health. In such conditions, distancing ceases to be a rejection of interaction turning into a measure of self-defense. This is an important step to preserve inner peace, protect self-esteem, and prevent the accumulation of resentments. To distance oneself in such circumstances is a manifestation of courage and self-respect. Analyzing such interactions allows us to rethink our values and reaffirm our commitment to our own dignity. The clear establishment and observance of boundaries becomes a prerequisite for building long-term and respectful relationships. In an atmosphere where mutual respect flourishes, a person gets the opportunity for renewal and personal growth. Realizing the lack of respect, we give ourselves a chance to overestimate the importance of this element and strengthen ties with those who appreciate us. In addition, it is an occasion to reflect on the role that respect plays in our lives and how destructive its absence can be, both for an individual and for society as a whole. The development of a more harmonious and healthy relationship begins with an awareness of this importance. Mismatch of values. The compatibility of values between people is a key factor for creating sincere and deep relationships. When our ethical principles and personal beliefs constantly come into conflict with our partner as values, it causes not just disputes, but deep internal contradictions. Such disagreements undermine our identity by questioning our beliefs about what is fair and right. Constant confrontation with opposing values can disrupt inner harmony, threatening the integrity of the personality. Living in an environment where your principles are regularly challenged is like trying to navigate an unfamiliar area without a compass. Every decision you make seems wrong, which undermines your self-confidence and your beliefs. Seneca advised evaluating any action in terms of its contribution to our lives, whether it helps or harms. Constant mismatch of values can lead to the destruction of self-esteem and increased stress, anxiety, and feelings of alienation. In order to preserve your identity and inner balance, it is important to recognize such problems in a timely manner and set the boundaries of what is acceptable in a relationship. This will strengthen the sense of integrity and stay true to your principles, creating healthier and more sincere connections. In some situations, this may require a reduction or complete cessation of communication with people whose values are radically at odds with our own. Making such difficult decisions plays a key role in preserving our authenticity and creating an environment in which we can live in accordance with our own beliefs and principles. Such a choice helps not only to protect mental health, but also to strengthen loyalty to their ideals. These actions help to get rid of internal tension and create the basis for deeper and more sincere relationships based on the coincidence of life values. Emotional exhaustion. Healthy relationships should become a source of support and recovery. If, instead, communication causes a feeling of fatigue, This is an alarming signal indicating that such a relationship hinders our personal development and prevents us from unlocking our potential. Signs of emotional exhaustion may include a feeling of emptiness after meetings, loss of interest in favorite activities, or a constant feeling of exhaustion, which negatively affects the mental and physical condition. Marcus Aurelius reminded that every day should be treated as the last, while maintaining calm and modesty. This teaching of Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining emotional balance and avoiding factors that destroy our inner peace. If relationships consistently exhaust our strength, they can hinder the achievement of goals and slow down our personal and professional growth. Instead of being a support, such connections become a barrier to self-realization. Being aware of the cycle of constant exhaustion is important to protect your well-being. By making a choice in favor of our own emotional health, we not only take care of ourselves, but also create a space for communication with people who inspire, appreciate us, and contribute to our development. This strengthens our desire for peace and virtue as the foundations of a fulfilling life. Manipulation, emotional or behavioral manipulation, is a serious violation of the principles of authenticity and honesty, which are the foundation of a healthy and respectful relationship. Manipulators hide their intentions and deceive others in order to control their actions. Such behavior distorts the perception of reality and undermines a person's ability to make informed and free decisions. Seneca wrote, "Don't let anyone manipulate your soul. You should be the master of your actions and your world, not a toy in the hands of others." Under the influence of manipulation, our thinking becomes clouded, which makes it difficult to make sound decisions and creates doubts about our own beliefs. Manipulation also violates personal dignity and authenticity. To maintain inner balance, it is important to learn how to recognize such behavior and protect yourself. Strengthening self-confidence and abandoning relationships based on manipulation helps to restore a sense of control over one's life and preserve personal integrity. The use of emotional manipulation destroys not only mutual trust and respect, but also causes serious and long-term harm to the self-esteem and emotional state of those who are victims of such behavior. Therefore, it is extremely important to learn how to recognize the signs of manipulation in a relationship and actively resist it. Awareness of such actions allows you to take steps to protect your independence and personal integrity. This may include setting clear boundaries or even breaking off a manipulative relationship. By freeing ourselves from the influence of manipulation, we reaffirm our commitment to the principles of honesty and authenticity. This step is crucial for maintaining the ability to think sensibly, maintain dignity and respect for oneself and others. In this way, we are paving the way for a healthy and sincere relationship. Lack of trust. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, whether personal, professional, or social. His constant absence undermines key aspects of the interaction. When trust is lost, people begin to live in a state of alertness, unable to relax and openly share their thoughts and emotions. A breach of trust not only prevents the formation of deep and meaningful ties, but also creates an environment of uncertainty and tension. Without trust, every action or word can be perceived with suspicion, which turns even small misunderstandings into serious conflicts. Such an atmosphere of distrust forms a vicious circle of fear and insecurity, leaving all participants without a sense of security and importance. In addition, lack of trust prevents us from being vulnerable and sincere, which is extremely important for building close and deep relationships. Vulnerability allows you to share your dreams, fears, and hopes. Without her, relationships become shallow and limited. Seneca said, "No one can give you peace that you don't create within yourself." It is a reminder that trust begins with ourselves and that inner peace is a key element in establishing a trusting relationship. Acknowledging and addressing a lack of trust are important steps to restore the health of a relationship. This may require a frank dialogue about existing doubts and insecurities. In difficult cases, you may need the help of a mediator or a specialist to facilitate the process of restoring trust. These efforts lay the foundation for a safe and respectful environment where everyone involved feels valued and understood. By investing in restoring trust, we create the basis for strong and deep ties. We not only repair damaged relationships, but also strengthen the ability to interact with others in a meaningful and open way. The Stoics taught that peace of mind and harmony of spirit are the highest goals. Breaking up with an abusive relationship is not just an act of self-care, but also a necessity to preserve one's inner peace and personal integrity. This is an important step to not only protect yourself from further harm, but also to confirm your own value and self-respect. Ending such a relationship can be difficult, especially if there is an emotional or social addiction. However, in such a situation, it is important to seek support from friends, relatives, or professional specialists. The decision to break off an abusive relationship becomes the beginning of the healing process and a confirmation of one's dignity. It provides an opportunity to build a new life based on self-respect and mutual respect, defining how we want to be treated and how we ourselves will interact with others. Such an active position to eliminate abuse underscores our commitment to the highest ethical values and the pursuit of the well-being and respect that everyone deserves. Lack of growth and mutual support. Relationships where there is no growth and mutual support create a stagnant environment that limits our personal development and prevents us from making a positive contribution to the lives of others. Deprived of progress and support, we not only slow down our development, but also lose the opportunity to reach our full potential. In a healthy relationship, growth and support are key elements that promote personal development and strengthen mutual connection. Without these components, the relationship can become one-sided or be limited only to the performance of functional duties, without creating a true connection and mutual enrichment. Regular analysis of the dynamics of our relationships is extremely important to ensure that they form an environment that respects and values our contributions, as well as actively contributes to our development and well-being. This analysis may reveal the need to discuss common expectations and goals in order to adjust the interaction and ensure benefits for both sides. In cases where there is no mutual support and constant growth, it may be necessary to reconsider the sustainability of such a relationship. This does not always mean their breakup, but it requires conscious efforts to make changes so that the relationship can bring joy and promote development. But sometimes it may be necessary to reconsider the approach to the relationship so that both sides can grow and develop. Taking measures to improve or adapt such interactions can open up new prospects for personal and collaborative growth, turning stagnation into a source of inspiration and progress. This, in turn, helps us lead a fuller and more meaningful life consistent with our values and goals. Constant selfish behavior. A healthy relationship involves a balance between giving and receiving, reflecting mutual respect and commitment to justice. When one of the parties constantly acts selfishly, putting their interests above the needs of the other, this violates the basic principles of harmonious interaction. Stoicism, based on the importance of fairness and emotional balance, condemns such behavior because it destroys the foundation of an equal relationship. Constant selfishness can undermine the stability of a relationship, making the relationship one-sided and unbalanced. This destroys the mutual support structure that is necessary for a healthy relationship and prevents both partners from remaining calm and virtuous. A person who feels undervalued or ignored may feel resentment and disappointment, which further weakens the bond over time. For the stability of a relationship, it is important to recognize and eliminate selfish behavior. This may include frank discussions of expectations and needs aimed at restoring a balance in which both sides feel valued and respected. In some cases, it may be necessary to clearly define boundaries or revise the dynamics of interaction in order to regain respect and reciprocity. Solving such problems protects the individual integrity of each participant and strengthens relationships. allowing them to develop more harmoniously. By creating an environment dominated by altruism and mutual attention, we reaffirm our commitment to the Stoic values of justice and virtue necessary for personal and shared growth. Destructive communication. Communication is the foundation of any meaningful relationship, and the way we interact has a big impact on the relationship. When criticism, negativity, or destructive statements prevail in communication, it disrupts emotional stability and peace of mind. Stoics, who valued harmony and balance in human relations, emphasized that communication should contribute to the well-being and development of all participants. If the style of interaction becomes a cause of tension, this is a signal for the need for changes. Such interaction not only destroys trust and respect between people, but can also lead to emotional exhaustion, frustration, and increased distance. When words are used to destroy rather than build, the true purpose of communication, which should promote mutual understanding, is lost. It is important to identify destructive behaviors and actively eliminate them. This may include establishing clear rules of engagement that eliminate negativity and maintain a respectful and open dialogue. In some situations, the help of a third party, such as an intermediary or consultant, may be necessary to change the nature of communication towards a healthier and more productive one. By promoting constructive communication, we strengthen not only the quality of the relationship itself, but also create an atmosphere in which everyone feels heard, respected, and valued. The transition from destructive models to constructive ones is the basis for creating strong and meaningful relationships that provide mutual support, respect for personal needs and boundaries. Respect for the personal needs and boundaries of each person is a key element in maintaining healthy and harmonious relationships. Constant disregard of these needs indicates a lack of respect, which can seriously undermine the self-esteem and inner peace of the participants. In Stoicism, mutual respect is not just politeness, but the foundation of virtue and emotional balance. If your needs and boundaries are systematically ignored, this may indicate that such a relationship is inconsistent with your personal and ethical principles. This attitude can cause feelings of invisibility and insignificance, which damages not only your self-esteem, but also your ability to live up to your own values. In addition, ignoring your needs limits personal growth and development, depriving you of the opportunity to live a life filled with authenticity and meaning. Recognizing and eliminating such dynamics in a relationship is extremely important in order for your environment to reflect the values of mutual respect and attention. To remedy the current situation, it is important to clearly identify your needs and expectations. Establishing and maintaining firm boundaries is necessary to protect one's dignity and create an atmosphere in which mutual respect can flourish. If changes in the relationship are not possible, it may be necessary to reconsider or even terminate them. Creating an environment where honesty and respect are the basis of interaction helps to build healthier and more satisfying relationships. Lack of mutual responsibility. Mutual responsibility is the foundation of any healthy relationship, as it implies an even distribution of obligations between both parties. When one of the parties regularly avoids acknowledging its responsibility or participating in conflict resolution, this creates an imbalance and a sense of injustice. Such behavior contradicts the Stoic principles of honesty and fairness, which can seriously undermine the trust and emotional stability on which relationships are built. The true character of a person is manifested not in shirking responsibility, but in a willingness to take it upon himself, especially in difficult periods. If one of the partners constantly shirks his duties, this can place a disproportionate burden on the other, causing resentment and disappointment. If the imbalance is not corrected, it will eventually destroy the trust and mutual respect that are necessary for a sustainable relationship. To eliminate these problems, both partners must commit themselves to honestly evaluate their actions and openly discuss their consequences. This involves admitting mistakes, sincere apologies, and real efforts to correct the situation, as well as preventing the recurrence of negative behavior. Promoting the idea of mutual responsibility in a relationship helps to strengthen their structure, creating a space where justice and trust can flourish. This dynamic makes the relationship more harmonious and fair, providing both partners with a stable foundation for personal growth and development. Now that you have realized the importance of mutual responsibility and respect in a relationship, think about how this knowledge can be applied in your life. Any changes begin with awareness and are consolidated by concrete actions. Be sure to share your thoughts and stories in the comments. Your experience will help enrich our community. If this video turned out to be useful, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss new content. Together we can create a more harmonious and respectful relationship. Take care of yourself, stay strong, and see you in the next issues.